Hey, wait a minute. This isn't my usual channel that I'm never a part of because I don't have a channel. Bob?
I was about to ask, you have a channel?
Yeah, and it's there exclusively to have a Twitch account. But hello, people who might be watching this.
Wahoo!
You may or may not know me. My name is Ceegee, good friend of the Bobbert, and this is something I've been setting up for a hot minute. As you can see, our current title of tonight is A Year in Candlekeep. Now, what is A Year in Candlekeep? Well, over the course of this coming year, I have gathered 17 wonderful individuals that I figured, hey, we all love D&D. We all got a little time on our hands. Not a lot of time on our hands. And there's this wonderful book called Candlekeep Mysteries, which is not a long-form campaign, but in fact, an anthology series, a bunch of one-shots. So I've been putting together, over the course of last year, this group to go through all the one-shots in Candlekeep. And we are starting tonight with a very special group, of which includes our wonderful host for tonight, Shadowdancerbob.
Hello.
Dat him.
That me.
Of course, one person does not a D&D session make, and while I am excited to DM for Bob and suffer all of the horrible, horrible things that DMing for Bob entails, there are other members of this party. Other members of this party, would you like to introduce yourselves?
Nose goes.
Fuck. Wait. Nah, nose!
Nani? Alright, I guess that's following me. Hi, I'm Zai. You guys might know me from, playing some games with, Bob and CG on other channels, like, Burnout Bond's channel, where we do Saved by the Spell. Yeah, sometimes I do streams and stuff, but for the most part, I'm gonna focus more so on this fun game because, yeah, I'm more so excited about this. Chill later. Have fun now.
Revco.
My roommate was talking to me, sorry. Me. I am, here. You usually see me with CG and Joe Sundays. I am the Wicked River 97. Really excited to join CG along for this adventure and excited to get a chance to play with more friends.
Hell yeah.
I believe that lives in now. Hello, I'm Joe. I'm usually playing with CG and River on Sundays, but at the very least on this channel, y'all might recognize my boy in the Maelstrom, the one known as Howler.
Someone get that boy a lozenge.
I will dissect your entire existence.
Don't disrespect the great gold ones.
Gold team rules, baby!
Who's disrespecting anyone? I think he could use a lozenge. I'm trying to help him.
Anyway, anyway, gold team rules and CG. Back to you.
Hello, I am CG. You can find me, well, a bunch of different places. Especially this year, where I'll be jumping from streamer to streamer for the hot nonsense. You can find me more traditionally on twitch.tv/burnoutfawn for Saved by the Spell, our Strixhaven bi-weekly game. We are going to be coming back from a break. Not this Saturday, but the next Saturday. Looking forward to starting that up. You can find me over on twitch.tv/fartingtart every single Sunday for War of the Shattered Sun, our long-form campaign that is, I shit you not, almost at 200 episodes and quickly coming to an end. As well as every other Tuesday for our Rascals and Rapping a Game, where, god damn it, we're being pawns in police politics. Yay! But that's me. So I think if we're all introduced, we can go ahead and get started, eh?
Shall I take us to our live scene?
How about we do? Let's put on some music.
Then if you are going to turn on music, I will turn mine off.
We all good?
So it would seem.
Alright.
I can hear music.
Excellent.
I
gotta
can
check some-
hear.
You gotta check sometimes, because stupid Roll20 glitch. Anyways. The year is 1492 DR. The year of 3 ships sailing. The town of Elturel has been returned from the first of lair of the Hells, Avernus. Duke Ulder Ravengard lords over the city of Baldur's Gate, jewel of the Sword Coast. The event in Elturel convinces the High Houses that the city needs more defense, and call upon military consultant Enver Gortash to aid them. Dire times lie ahead for the realm. But that is a story for another day, another time. Instead, we focus ourselves a few days' travel from Baldur's Gate to the south, to find a beacon amidst the sea of uncertainty. The proud library fortress of Candlekeep, a bastion of learning, education, and stability. Hours melt away amidst the sound of turning pages and bound knowledge. To the outside world there is not to be seen but a solitary keep, with the glowing light at its apex. But within is a place to put up one's shoes, enjoy some silent, cozy reading. But what stories to read? Candlekeep is a host to many a book, great and small, informative and dull, safe and dangerous. For every book tells a story, and any good story has a touch of conflict. Perhaps a mystery buried within, begging to be uncovered. Perhaps a squabble over the first breadcrumb marker that falls from the written word. Perhaps a poor soul who can find salvation in the table of contents. Indeed, within the walls of while the walls of the fortress are cozy indeed, danger still hides if you can read between the lines. These are the mysteries of Candlekeep, stories told of the many quiet, personal challenges that individuals may find on their quest for knowledge. We cut to our main scene, the front of Castlekeep proper, pictured. Sea wind breeze whistles across the imposing doors of the large fortress of Candlekeep. Morning mist rolling in to blend sky and ground atop its cliffside. Several guards stand out in front of the gate, spear in one hand, adorned in simple purple robes, overlaying a set of armor beneath, each one with a small book attached by a chain at the hip. Guards stand as a caravan, coming in from the north, begins to roll its way up the Way of the Lion, the road that leads to Candlekeep. They watch as the caravan approaches, and soon slows down, a respectable distance from the gates. The driver, a tiefling woman, shouts to them all, "Hail! State your business! Visitors to the great fortress! Some more nerds for you all!" You see a dwarf standing out front, just kind of roll his eyes and walk forward. Short in stature, male, blonde hair with a few sprigs of gray beginning to pop up. Single braids sweeping down the back. As he walks forward, spear aloft, makes his way up to the tiefling woman. Alright. You've got, visitors. Have you anything else to declare? Nothing that I haven't used on you all before. Catty. He begins to look over the cart, checking out the undercarriage, the sides, signs for anything that shouldn't be coming in, before opening up the back and testing out the quality of the cavern. Check for hidden compartments, the works. And as he does, he makes eye contact with those in the back. Gives a nod. He steps back. Alright. Single file, out you come. And I think we're going to have to introduce some characters. Would anyone like to go first? That sounds like a big ol' no to me. I'm a roll. River.
Yes.
Would you like to go ahead and introduce us?
Always me going first.
The dice do not lie.
Just giving like a general description of her.
Yeah. Anything that you want to tell us about them?
Well, before you see a cute little pink tiefling. Seems very, very bubbly. Curious about what everything and anything could be. Coming from kind of a secluded place, she genuinely has a curiosity about everything. I don't know what else to say.
The guard looks you over. Name?
Neffy.
Alright, Neffy. Is that our last name to accompany, or just Neffy?
Devilhorn.
Neffy Devilhorn. Alright. You are aware of the requirements to enter the keep?
Oh, yes. She will fish her book out of her bag. And presents a tale of quite interest. Not me scrolling through my messages to find it because, well, I lose things.
Understood.
There it is. She brings before you the story of the lily mistaken for a rose.
Guard takes it, holds it in his hand, flips it 3 times, and he closes it. Seems to be a genuine article. We'll send it on in and see if your tribute is accepted. Go ahead and meet up with the other guards and wait for the runner to return.
She nods politely.
And assuming that you make your way on over, the next person steps out. It was
Are you
I.
Oh, I was literally about to ask, are you rolling? Yes.
What would you say walks out next?
Love the way you worded that. So, you see a hooded figure, about medium height, about maybe 5'7" ish. Can't really make out their facial features because they're wearing a bandana over the lower half of their face. But what you can make out is that they have like hazel green eyes and a piercing over their left eyebrow. They're wearing a heavy gray trench coat with a lilac trim, a red leather-esque top with some purple straps, lavender in color kind of to match the trim of their trench coat. And it looks like they're carrying an unseemly large backpack on their back with different odds and ends hanging off the side. There are pouches on their belt, possibly holding more items, can't be sure. And hanging off the side of their backpacks specifically is a lantern, but the glass of the lantern seems to have been covered with some sort of purple color, maybe paint or film. It's kind of hard to tell. But you get the impression that if they lit the lantern, you'd probably get more of a royal purple light instead of like a regular just bright yellow flame cast onto everything. They'll hop off. I guess we were on a wagon of sorts.
Yeah, it was a covered wagon.
They'll hop down, make sure their pack is secure, and they'll wait to be addressed by the guard.
Name?
Hi, friend. Camellia Foxshade.
Amelia Foxshade. What brings you to Candlekeep, and what did you bring to Candlekeep?
What brings me here is knowledge and expanding upon my wares a bit. What did I bring? Opens up their trench coat slightly, slowly, fishes around. I know it's in here somewhere. And takes out a thick book. Looks like it might be leather bound. Kinda grotesque looking in that it's worn in a lot of places. I present to you Souls and Convergence, a study, book 1. I want to know more about it.
The guard takes the book. Her's dead. Hard to come by these.
So I've had.
We'll see what the runners have to say. Hopefully the keeper of the word will take interest.
Aye, I've heard there's more of them.
There's more of them and plenty of else. But we'll see if you actually get to see any of them. Off with you. Join the other one.
She'll give a curt nod, pick up the backpack, and they'll walk off.
Next individual to emerge. Joe.
So, kind of hanging out towards like the back of the cart appears this like wooden mannequin-like body that seems to be made out of some form of mahogany. Upon hearing the, like a better term, announcement, they will seem animated, grab their stuff, and just hop off the cart along with their walking staff. As they move around, you can definitely hear this like creaking wood like in the joints, as well as this weird, not really weird, this like sloshing sound that appears to be coming from inside of them. As I should also mention that the dreads on the head of this mannequin appear to be water in texture. Seems to be like moving around as the body walks. And yeah, they will approach.
Guard is a little off-put initially, but composes themselves as this strange sight appears before them. Name? Hello?
Of course, it dips out the moment you speak. I am so sorry. Can you repeat that, please?
Name?
You may refer to me as Gel. Just Gel.
Alright, Gel. No last name. Do you have the requirements to enter the Citadel?
They kind of just like stand there and freeze as if in this like long formed thought, and we'll just kind of panic a little and kind of say, I don't think I have anything written like the others, but perhaps a quandary will suffice.
A quandary.
What happens when you hit a slime with the Awoken spell?
I don't know. What does happen?
They will reach behind their back the moment he says that. They will uncork this like cask that's on their back. And kind of spilling out a little bit is this gelatinous like body. And like arms will form and kind of give like a small little wave. And the same voice that was coming out of the mannequin will come out of this gelatinous form and say, that is what I'm wanting to know.
The guard for a second. Actually, as the guard looks at you, roll me an insight.
And insight?
Insight.
Natural 2024.
So, he is definitely caught off guard. 1 second.
I'm so sorry. What's up? What's up, CJ?
Just one thing real quick. Check the Discord.
Yeah, I saw that. I thought I fixed it.
I think it reset when the internet reset.
Yeah, probably.
But that's a nat 20 on our first roll of this campaign. So let's go.
Hey.
It gets progressively worse for me from here.
It's all downhill from here. So, as this dwarf looks at you as you wave your little slime body at him, you expect kind of a weird reaction. You've seen a lot of weird reactions. And while the dwarf raises an eyebrow, this is probably the most tamest reaction you've ever gotten. Perhaps this guard is used to something similar to what you are. Nevertheless, he will raise an eyebrow and says, so, your contribution is what?
I guess myself? Like the gelatinous body as well as the mannequin will both shrug.
This is very unorthodox. Stand out by the others for now, and I'll have a talk with one of the runners. Though I suppose unorthodox is the name of the game for one such as yourself.
You could say unorthodox has been my entire existence up to this point.
Right. Well, I can't promise nothing, but I'll see what I can do.
After when he says that, for lack of a better term, Gel's body will just kind of slurp back into the cask and just put the stopper back on it.
Guard will nod, and as you make your way to join with the others, that brings us to our last individual in the cart, Bob.
Yes, as the dwarf calls forth for the final member of this wagon, the wagon shifts and groans under the weight of something incredibly large. As a shadowy figure approaches the very end, they can almost see the front wheels of the wagon wanting to lift off as the cover is pulled back slowly. The figure before you is an imposing yet strangely comforting presence, a massive furbolg who seems to embody both the harmony of nature and the mystery of the stars. He stands tall, his broad shoulders draped in robes that looks as though they were stitched together from the living forest itself. The fabric glistens faintly as he moves, the hues shifting from this deep mossy green to earthy browns with accents of pale lavender and silver woven throughout. The edges of his garments are adorned with clusters of leaves, petals, and sprouting moss, all gleaming with this very fine sheen of dew as though freshly kissed by dawn. Small mushrooms, vibrant yellows and oranges, grow along the straps of his boots and even the hem of his robes, hinting at some kind of a deep connection with the earth. His skin is a gentle teal, smooth and unblemished, radiating a very soft glow as though lit and kissed by moonlight itself. His face is broad and welcoming, framed by a cascade of golden blonde hair that falls in soft weaves past his shoulder. The same golden hue colors his neatly trimmed beard, which accentuates the roundness of his cheeks and the quiet joy that seems to emanate from every expression. His ears are long and folded, with the tips adorned by small tufts of lilac fur which twitch ever so slightly in the gentle rustle of the breeze. His eyes are a rich, vibrant green, flecked with gold and perpetually wide in a curiosity, like a child gazing at the world for the first time. There's a softness in his gaze, like a kindness that draws you in. Although there is an eagerness to understand you, to learn your story, and to offer what help that he can. Perched upon this giant shoulder is a creature that contrasts massively to his earthly simplicity with an otherworldly majesty, an owl. Its feathers shimmer with a soft light, each one etched with the faint patterns that resemble constellations. The owl's eyes are deep pools of black, reflecting the vastness of the cosmos, and its demeanor is one of quiet wisdom. It rarely moves, its sharp gaze always scanning, always watching with a watchful patience that speaks with the millennia of understanding. The owl radiates this aura of solemnness, its presence grounding and steady, as if it were a living piece of the night sky brought to earth. When it doesn't move, its motions are deliberate and yet graceful. It sweeps with a single sweep of its wing, leaving the faintest trail of starlight. The furbolg's movements are slow and deliberate, as though mindful of the impact that he has on the world around him. When he speaks, his voice is deep but gentle, carrying a tone of sincerity and earnestness that makes you feel as though every word matters to him. Although he'll occasionally fumble with the complexness of thoughts and phrases, his brow furrowing in concentration, and this only adds to his charm. His laugh, a hearty, rolling chuckle, almost infectious, but it's clear that he carries no pretense, just an open heart and a genuine desire to do good. Well, howdy. I'm Tharos Star Whisper, and this here is Varloon, the Luminous Watcher. And as he says that, the bird looks at him for just a moment and then turns its attention back to the dwarf. It reaches out and gives him a little thwack of the wing to the head. Oh, yeah. And he starts digging through his pouch, digging through his the overgrowth of moss and petals and leaves, and he pulls out this very old, very gnarled looking leather scroll case. And as he begins to pull out this particular item, he goes through and he continues to look through, pulling this and that, and as he grabs something and he pulls it, this very old looking star chart, as he unfurls it carefully and he shows it with the utmost care, lowering himself down almost to a kneeling position as he lowers it and opens it up so that the dwarf can inspect it. This ancient looking star chart with that is covered in various constellations that is far different from the Candlekeep night sky, showing that whatever and wherever this night sky is, it is vastly different from what Candlekeep can see at the night sky. And he additionally pulls out another grouping of scrolls that are all bound together in what looks like some kind of a bundle, as he shows, and in it he goes through and he shows page after page, and each one is showing different prophecies, different visions, the tellings of scenes from worlds long beyond, either in the past, in the future, in the distance. Are they fantasy? Are they reality? But this, an intricate aspect, as he carefully allows the dwarf to inspect each one before he carefully bundles everything back up, and he holds the scrolls out with open palms, almost in reverence to the dwarf, as he looks at him with a big, dopey smile.
Shadowdancerbob, everybody. The dwarf takes the offering and he looks at it, thumbing through very delicately. He can almost sense the age of what you're presenting him, and more than that, he can tell that this is something that needs to be handled with care, especially as a bundle. Because, you brought along star charts. Pretty not familiar with these particular ones. He rolls them back up. I'm not entirely sure what we have on tap for Candlekeep for star charts. Or do you know of any significance of what happened during these times, perhaps? If anything.
Wish I knew. I'll be honest with you, it's just everything that I see. I sees it, I writes it down. The stars tell me where to go. I'm here for the stars, and I bring the stars with me.
I see. Well, this certainly seems to be well detailed, and there's a lot of volume here. We'll cross-check with what we've got in the stocks and see if this is worth entry.
Aye.
Right then. Is that a familiar upon your shoulder? Kind of gestures to the owl.
Varloon, the Luminous Watcher. He's my guide. More of a companion than simply a familiar.
Alright, so Laloon.
Varloon. He begins to try to spell it, then he stops and he looks over at the bird for just a second, as though something is going on behind the scenes. V A R E. Stops, looks at the bird. Loon, the luminous watcher. It's all one. You gotta say the entire thing all at once, otherwise he gets mad.
Right. The dwarf kind of like notes that down. I'll go ahead and just say that this is one under your care. So Sola, if you're a permitted entry, you'll have to watch out for them, make sure that they don't get into any trouble. And he kind of looks on over at the very clearly not a normal. This goes for traditional animal chicanery, but it also extends to potential magical chicanery. So just be aware that if this... He almost goes to say it, but then he's like, this companion of yours,
Aye.
If they conflict with some of our existing magics, the issue may be escalated. So just be aware.
Aye. He won't cause no problem. Neither will I. We're just happy to be here.
Well, Candlekeep will welcome you with open arms, but for the moment, over there would be happy to have you. And he kind of gestures to where the other 3 members of the caravan that you rolled in on are standing.
Okay. May I touch you?
No, I'm on duty.
Oh, okay. Until next time. He carefully stands up and he starts waddling on back towards the rest of the group. And as he was waddling on, I really wanted to give him a hug. And he wanders off.
At that, the dwarf, now, he used to be in kind of a good situation due to only 2 books, but the multitude of star charts has substantially increased his load as he kind of follows on after you. The rest of you are currently standing in front of the large wooden doors of Candlekeep. The guards that had remained nearby are alert and aware of the newcomers. You feel that, a lot of you feel that gaze from them never fully goes away, but they are constantly shifting and split. Like, 1 or 2 are constantly eyeing you while the others are looking around as the dwarf walks back with the gear, passes by a lot of you. Don't make any funny business. I'm just going to make sure that your entrances are valid, and you are going to be welcomed. Kind of like huffs as he gets a handle under the odd balance of the tower of books and literature that you have given to him as he walks inside. 4 of you are left outside of the gate for a couple of minutes, however. Wind is cold, but not super cold. Honestly, it's a little warm for this time of year. And while it is a bit of a brisk chill, it is refreshing in its own way. Maybe you like to do anything at this juncture?
Tharos is going to almost instinctively position himself between the direction of the wind and the rest of the party to act as a giant windshield for them. As he glances towards the alley. Yeah, I like this thought too.
Ah, that's a massive owl you got there.
Yeah. His name's Varloon, the Luminous Watcher.
That's the entire name?
Yeah.
Well then, puts their backpack down for a moment but keeps it close and gives like a slight bow. Like, well then, it's nice to meet you, Valoon, the Luminous Watcher. And, what's your name?
As you speak the first half of its name, the eyes narrow, but then as you finish it off and say the entire thing and you show that bow, there's almost a very, very subtle nod, as though it accepts almost like some kind of tribute, but Thalros, he shifts just a little bit. Yeah, I'm Thalros. I like the stars.
Ah, a pleasure to meet you as well. I'm Cam. And, looks around. And,
As
who might
sorry.
you guys be?
as Cam looks around, Jill is actually like a little uncomfortably close towards. Also, can you post the name in chat for the owl? Because I keep saying Barloom for some reason.
Absolutely. Let me grab it.
Thank you. Yeah, Jill is just inspecting the Varloon for mostly just because it's almost as if they are curious about the owl's size.
It's upon inspecting Varloon, the Luminous Watcher, it's not that much bigger than a normal owl. Depending on how much arcane knowledge Jell has, they might be able to take a guess that, given that the way that the creature shimmers and radiates a very soft silver light, along with the patterns of constellations, this might be, despite the big man's words, this might be a familiar of some kind. It's not any bigger than a normal owl, not giant in any way, but it might be, it does have that otherworldly kind of aura to it, which means it might be, you know, it could be fey in nature, it could be celestial nature, it could be fiendish in nature, but given how it acts, you could probably rule out that it's fiendish in nature.
Yeah, they're not really saying terribly much. They're just studying it. Just maybe a little too close.
There's the occasional side eye, but as long as you don't physically touch it, it doesn't seem to give too much of a concern about you. Almost like it's not worried about you. Almost, it's obviously like not heeding you as like a threat or a concern at the moment.
Yeah, they'll just make their mental notes and just kind of just be around, I guess.
All right. If that is all from your group, about I'd say probably about an hour and a half passes. You certainly were not expecting to have to stand around this long, and though it is refreshingly brisk, it is still cold. So, just as you are about to be discomforted by the elements, the great door opens up, and out steps the dwarf who went inside, alongside an individual dressed in similar robes, but distinctly lacking in the bulky armor underneath. As a tiefling man walks out, definitely you could be mistaken to call him a teenager. He is very much young and in that area, just on the other side of being 18. You see he has dark blue skin, red hair, and black eyes, as well as a set of bifocals and two small nubs for horns, rather small compared to other tieflings you may have seen. As the two of them walk out, the guard first looks to the rest of you and looks specifically on over to Nephi, Thalros, and Camp. Your works have provided entry. You're allowed to pass it in.
Yay.
Enjoy your stay in Candlekeep. May you find the knowledge in the dark that will illuminate your way. And then he looks on over to you, Joe. Keeper of the Word was intrigued, to say the least, but it is extremely unusual. Here's what we've come to an agreement on. You'll be permitted in, but specifically you will be required to write down your findings for submission. Staff can assist you with this, given your unusual nature, if you so require. And can we help you regardless of your nature, if you so desire.
That is much appreciative. Sorry. That is much appreciative. Now, you guys are definitely not the way my master would have said something. According to her, books are evil.
Why?
Shrugs.
The dwarf just kind of rolls his eyes, and you see another one of the guards, a large dragonborn man of copper scaling, just kind of give a small snicker. Right then.
Looks confused as to why the guard's laughing. It's just a slight head tilt to the mannequin's head.
He just kind of waves you off and just it's nothing.
He'll join with the rest of the group. Sorry, Vale.
As the door remains open, the tiefling that came out to you walks up and said, hello. I'll be your guide today. My name is Owain. I am one of the Avowed.
Hello.
A pleasure.
Greetings.
Ceegee, do you mind putting that name in chat when you have a chance?
I will do so.
Please. Thank you.
I can find it as I scroll away. Here we are. I'm gonna put it in the Roll20 chat.
Much obliged.
Oh, wait, okay.
if you'll come this way, I can introduce you to the Court of Air and the general facilities open to the public. He kind of gestures you all to walk through the massive gates.
Cam will reholster their backpack and head in that direction.
Same for Joe. Just they will grab like their little like rough sack and their staff and just kind of waltz on in.
Tharos will wander in, extremely slowly, but making sure to take up the tail end of the pack.
Understood. Neffy?
Neffy would kind of just follow in, not cautiously, but kind of taking everything in.
Mm-hmm. As you walk in and past the spires, you take a bit more notice of them. They're odd in their design. They don't seem to be built so much as melded. The spires of Candlekeep and the many buildings associated within are a hodgepodge of types of architecture. You can see off in the corner almost look like a domed oratory. You can see off in the corners planks that have a long dead galleon, like a tower that you could almost swear a Dark Lord resided in, but still feels at home next to the large church-like structure at the immediate left to it. It is very much a strange collection, to say the least. And as you walk into the main courtyard, the Court of Air, bring you over to the map. Owain gestures to all of you. As we pass through the gateway, we have a couple of areas. If you are looking to answer any needs, feel free to ask me any questions at this time. Upon hearing the silence, Owain will nod and he'll gesture on over to his left as you are entering in. Most of our facilities are upon the southern wall here. He kind of looks on over to you, Cam. If any of you have need to unload your items or find a place to deposit them for the future, the House of Rest can provide a place of quiet respite and sleep, as well as private quarters for if you need to spend some time away from anyone else. Drift off into slumber. If you wish to pick the minds of fellows... Oh, sorry?
Oh, no, they were just acknowledging.
If you wish to pick the minds of fellow scholars, you may find many a discussion to be had in the House of Hearth. Located next to the House of Rest, the House of Hearth is the main gathering point for any of those currently visiting our humble keep. This will also be where most of the public research is done. If you don't mind the din of conversation and talk, then perhaps you can enjoy the hustle and bustle there. Something akin to, what do people call it? A book nook? However, if you prefer something more private, and you require true isolation away from the entirety of the world, and the House of Rest will not cut it, you can reserve a room in the Pillars of Pirogony to the north. Rooms are required by reservation and fee. However, doing so provides you a room always enshrouded by the silent spell. Perfect for long-needed bits of discussion, with only a singular clock able to pierce the sound to remind you that silence is not the natural way of things. If you have requirements to find a book, perhaps for your own needs and your own purchasing, and you are all walking as he's talking, heading towards the south, towards the House of Rest. He seems to be prioritizing simultaneously based on your arrival as new entrants to Candlekeep, and as well as Cam's large backpack. And as you stand in front of the House of Rest, he gestures on over towards the west. The House of the Binder is where all of our copywork comes from. If you require a specific tome, I'm afraid that we cannot let tomes of Candlekeep's outside their walls. However, for a fee, we can transcribe in complete detail with no omissions or changes the copy for your own personal need. Do note, however, that while we have many spellbooks in our archives, spellbooks are much more powerful and expensive, and there will be a much grander fee appropriate to the spellbook compared to copy from other books. Other than that, those are the main draws of the Court of Air, but if you keep looking around, we have a smithy, an outfitter, stables. We even have a chapel dedicated to Ogma. Roll religion, anyone who's interested.
Ba 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 ba.
Gotta bring up that sheet.
Natural 2022.
Dude!
Oh,
Dude!
oh,
Oh my god! Oh my... Good lord! We were talking yesterday about the other day, how many nat 20s we were rolling at the Sunday game. Look at this shit!
I don't like this.
two.
Don't roll 20. Don't give me nat 20s now of all times. Leave it for the redheaded fucking bitch I gotta deal with on Sunday.
Yeah. I have a thought about that, but we'll get it to another day.
She has a thought. I mean, what?
Why is there pinging going on?
You're going over locations, and I'm pointing out where the locations are for the viewers.
Ah, thank you. But as you stand in front of the Temple of Ogma, everyone except for Thalros and Cam. Thalros, Cam, the name seems familiar, but, you know, it's a denomination you don't really pay attention to, so you don't really care.
Yeah, it's not one of the bad ones.
Ogma, for the 2 natural 20s for Nephi and Gel. Ogma, also known occasionally as Kurna, is a god of inspiration, invention, and learning, as well as knowledge. It makes sense that someone like that would be worshipped in a place like Candlekeep.
Upon hearing that, Joe will just put their fist into like their palm, into the other palm, and say, "Ah, yes, I've heard of that one. My master called him the god of nerds."
What's a nerd?
Shrug.
I'd hesitate to use that word around here, Owain says. Pot
Is that...
black and all that.
Oh, is that what is known as a slur for these parts?
Perhaps not as strong as a slur, but it's still a negative term. Occasionally used, the word I'm looking for, affectionately between friends, but between those who do not know each other generally and not seen as a polite town.
Ah, noted, and will avoid for the future.
Now, you may visit any of these as you see fit. Is there anything that I can go and locate for you? Perhaps you are in need of a specific work or something, something specific, or even just a general field of study.
Actually, now that you mention it, if I wanted to look into more information regarding that book I brought in, something about souls. Is there a particular area for that?
We have many books that would be appropriate to such a request. Let me see. And he kind of adjusts his bifocals. He pulls out a slip of paper. You brought in part of a volume, I believe. Yes. Like a
Aye.
collection.
And I figured that, given that I'm a merchant of sorts, that the library might find use for me to look for the other volumes for them. Procure them, so to speak.
I see you're here for mercenary work.
Of a sort. I'm a merchant by trade. Happened upon that book on my way here, actually.
I can inquire about the nature of the volumes that we are looking for, if you would be kind enough to be patient with me.
That's a thing I can do.
Are there any other requests before I head in on past the Emerald Gate?
That's all from me. Looks at the others.
I'm just here for whatever finds my way.
Oh. As Owain looks on over to you, Neffy. An admirable approach, but unfortunately, you might find yourself disappointed at such an endeavor. And he kind of gestures to the court affair. The common grounds carry not many a book available to you. There are a few general studies, of course, but most of our books are kept in the Great Library past the Emerald Gate. Having or looking for something specific may yet find you greater fruit than simply looking for your own fancy. As we avowed, will have to hunt down something for your predilection.
Neffy kind of pauses for a moment. I think Mother used to say curiosity killed the cat. Or something of that sort. I'm not sure what's brought me here, truly.
Perhaps the knowledge that you are seeking is a way forward. Maybe you will find something by sticking with others. Something that will spark your interest. Get you really attached to a goal. The first breadcrumb, as it were. Why don't you head on over to the House of the Hearth? Maybe you'll find something there, talking amongst the others.
She nods.
Very well. If there's anything else I can find for all of you, I believe you kind of points over to Adele. We've been informed that you will be penning a work for us.
Yes, just I guess curiosity of sorts. My curiosity mostly lies in, I guess, the awoken spell or any form of transmutation, and their they just kind of take a pause, trying to find words. Their nature, I guess, is the what I should say.
Uh, the spell you refer to does have a great many mystery. There's plenty I think I can work with to find something. And as you watch, Neffy, you are, of course, familiar with Owain's biology. The gentleman currently has like a piece of paper that he is starting to pull out from his robes, and up from around the collar area, you see an arrowhead pointed tail emerge and like elongate out with a black tipping to it as he holds up the paper and he begins to write with the tail. You can go ahead and you specifically, you can roll, what would actually be this? Medicine with advantage. Neffy?
I'm sorry, I was being asked a question.
How much would you like me to repeat?
I didn't hear what was said. I'm so sorry.
So, to repeat, Owain currently is wearing his purple robes, and from around the collar area, a long, pointed, arrow-shaped tail emerges with a black tip, and he begins to write with it. Why don't you go ahead and roll me a medicine with advantage? Oh,
9.
that's a funny tale. Sorry.
Rip.
But as he begins to write down, he looks to everyone else. All right, we have the Awoken Spell, the Soul's volumes, and any information therein. We're going to be visiting the House of the Heart, the other one. Mr. Thalros, was it?
Yeah.
Do you have anything that I could potentially find beyond the Emerald Gate?
Well, I like stars. I like nature. So, if you've got some place that I can look at stars, I'd be awful happy.
Owain looks directly up to this pea soup ass weather that we're currently a part of. Stars might not be around anytime soon, but if this fog clears up by the evening, the Court of Air has a wonderful view of the stars. In the meantime, I can see about potentially locating some star charts or something on constellations for you.
That smile gets even bigger. Yeah, I like stars. They help me. They help me see what's going to happen.
Are you, precognizant by any chance?
That's an awful big word.
You, read the future through the stars.
Oh. Like, well, see, sometimes I just get this flash up in my head box, and it lets me see things, and I get them when I look up at the stars. And then I go and I write down what I see, and I think it's trying to get me to go someplace, and I'm trying to figure out where and all they want me to go. And so far, they told me to come here, so I'm here.
Ah, I understand now. Divine inspiration has led many a wanderer to our walls. If the walls are have a secret about the stars, I can inquire about this as a place for you to start.
Thank you kindly.
Why don't you all head on over to the House of Rest and the Hearth for now, and I will see about locating your initial works. And unless anyone else has anything for him, Owain will give a bow, and he will head on over to the large double doors of emerald on the far end, which you can tell the guards out front were imposing in their own way. There's almost like a full company in front of these doors, however. And as Owain walks up and gives a nod, there's a exchange of words, and he passes through. You are once again left to your own devices.
Well, I don't know about the rest of you, but that wagon ride was quite uncomfortable. So, how about we go find a place to put down our load, so to speak?
I can agree with that.
The ride itself didn't feel particularly bad. They say in a fucking manic, essentially in a fucking suit.
That's fair. I mean, it could just be me. I am carrying this behemoth, and points to the backpack. But that's trade.
Trade in what?
That's quite the question. Artisan crafts, materials, potions. Sometimes I'm the go-between. I amass quite the amount of wares. I was actually on my way
curious.
back to refill.
Curiouser and curiouser.
Indeed. Oh, we might be able to go through some of them if you want to peruse my wares at all. But first I want me a warm beverage after this, and points up at the, as mentioned earlier, pea soup of weather. How about we go get warm and dry? And we'll reholster their backpack to or adjust it to head towards the hearth to see if they can find something to drink there.
Alright. So it sounds like everyone is going to the hearth.
Yes.
Is it hearth or hearth? I've heard it both ways.
I've always said hearth.
I've
'Cause
heard it
it's-
both
I've
ways
heard-
too.
I've heard it both ways.
It's Hearthstone, though.
It honestly probably depends on the region you're in and dialects. Like hostile and hostile.
Possibly.
As the party wanders off, Thalros just stands there, just staring off into the distance. As the group gets farther and farther away, then as the group is about 20 to 30 feet away, Varloon, the Luminous Watcher, reaches out and lightly thunks him on the side of the head with a clawed foot before he. Eh? Oh. He turns and he waddles after the rest of the group.
Oh, this boy we protect.
But as you make your way on over to the House of Hearth, let's change the music a little bit. The sound of chatter begins to emerge, very much tempered, even, and of large volume. The sound of many individuals having small conversations, but not so much that it completely encompasses your sound of hearing. As you make your way into the House of the Hearth, you can see that lights are lit up on the inside, as well as the outside. This small building, about the size of probably the size of a set of stables, gently welcomes you. Begin to pass on through, and as you enter into the door, you hear a mechanical ticking coming from within. In fact, the mechanical ticking seems to be coming from the centerpiece. Large, luminous orb of mix of what appears to be magic and clockwork suspended in the middle overhead. Many individuals, be they avowed scholars or simply traveling mercenaries, seem to be discussing with one another. And you notice in the far back corner what appears to be a for lack of a better term, a bar. Not entirely sure what they serve, but as you enter in, you do notice. Go ahead and everyone make an Arcana check.
I'm okay at this.
Oh boy, I am not.
17.
That's night.
How do I stop?
10.
15, 8, 17, and 10. So, appropriately, Thalros. This seems nice.
Yeah, so big.
Cam, Gel, Mephi. This place is bigger on the inside than it is the outside. There's clearly some sort of dimensional warpery going on here. For while the outdoor of the hearth seemed to be about as big as a stable, the area that you have entered into is about the size of a grand ballroom.
Huh. Didn't expect that.
Interesting.
If only I could make one of my pouches do this. Looks at the camera.
What you looking at?
Ah, well, Valros,
Yeah?
does it seem a little, bigger in here than when we were outside? To you?
I mean, it's big. It's nice. Don't know why you're looking at that wall over there. I mean, it's got some shiny stuff on it.
Oh my god, I love it! Oh, don't worry about it. Some caught my eye, it's fine.
Yeah,
Well,
that's okay. Maybe you can see something that I can't.
well, if, what you said out there to Owain holds some weight, there might be some things that you can see that we can't either.
Yeah. Them there pictures that pop up in my brain box.
They pop up often.
Sometimes. Especially when I'm looking at them there stars.
Ah,
If I see one, I'll let you know about it.
you please do that. We wouldn't want you caught off guard unawares and just by yourself when that happens.
Yeah, I'm never by myself. He gives a slight notion toward his shoulder. My the Luminous Watcher is always with me.
Ah, well then, I imagine you are in good hands or claws.
Yeah.
Are you all still standing in the entrance by any chance?
Oh no, Cam would have been like slowly walking towards that bar to get a beverage or find out what beverages there are.
Neffy would have headed that way too.
Tharos would have just absent-mindedly just meandered with the group. He's not even paying attention. He's just doing this, just body on autopilot.
Understood.
Not knowing anybody else besides these people who are seemingly friendly. Yeah, sure, why not?
As you make your way on over to the bar, you see a what appears to be a drow woman, kind of cleaning what appears to be a mug, and she sets it down and she pulls out a much bigger mug, like a big gulp, basically, and starts filling it with something. And you all make your way to the bar and says, "Oh, newcomers, hold up 1 second. Getting little one his drink." And you watch as the bar begins to put a warm, deep dark brown brew into this mega gulp at a rapid pace.
Ceegee, did she say getting little one his drink?
Yes.
Wait, that is for a little one.
No, that's this is for little one, not a little one. You'll understand when he comes and gets his drink.
Eyebrow raise.
How can I help you?
Well, just got in as you might have noticed, and was wondering what you'd have in the ways of a warm beverage. What out there hasn't been too kind.
This'll definitely perk you up then. And she puts some more of this dark brown liquid out into another mug, and it slides it over. Have a taste. Tell me what you think.
Cam will lift the glass or the mug, tilt it a little bit, like to go for a sip, take a nice sniff at the same time to see if like there's hints of anything. What do they smell?
Hey, above game. Hey, River.
Yes.
What would you say an espresso smells like?
Oh, happiness?
Oh. Coffee has such a unique flavor of its own. It's very bitter on the nose.
Any hints of like cherry, chocolate, nuts?
It seems to be you can't tell too much beyond the initial bitterness, which makes sense because you're not exactly sure what this is.
Takes a sip anyway. Well, bottoms up. And takes a nice, like maybe 1 or 2 tablespoon sip of it. Like swishes it around a little bit. Is Cam suddenly awake?
Well, it perks you right up, I can tell you that much. The bitterness is not something that you are particularly used to, and it catches you off guard. And you are almost about to spit it out, but then the taste kind of like settles, and it's like the taste buds that recognize this flavor awake.
Oh, wow. That's a kick in the mouth. What is this?
It's a interesting brew that one of the avowed discovered in some of the more private sections of the library. It's called coffee. This appears to be a stronger version of it. It's said that the bitterness can awaken the mind and keep one going for hours on end when needed.
Ah, well then. I'll definitely take a mug of this, although it might take a little getting used to. Curious question. Do any of the librarians here, or, I guess maybe hospitality staff have a way of trading this back and forth with anyone?
Oh, you're seeking to merchandise, is that what I'm picking up?
Not just merchandise. Sometimes I run as a go-between. So, for instance, if there's someone in one of the neighboring towns or cities that is fond of your coffee and you need someone to get it to them, I could ferry it along my way.
Well, unfortunately, I'm not the person to ask about that. After all, the discovery and recipe is something that Candlekeep discovered within its walls, and I'm not sure how well, though we want to share our knowledge as much as possible, we have every year a compilation of things that we have discovered within these halls, written under the Candlekeep name. If the recipe for coffee is kept under that, it may be one of those things where you want to wait a while and see if they're going to extol it out to the masses and capitalize off of that.
That's completely fair. Figured I'd ask, but I respect it. How much would I owe you for this, mug of coffee?
That's right, you are new.
guess I
Right.
am.
Friends, this is a library. Everything here is for public use. Unless specifically asked, amenities such as food, drink, lodging, these are open to you and free until such times that you leave them.
Eyes widen slightly, ever so slightly. Huh. Well, then.
So, sorry.
Oh no, you go ahead.
So are you saying this is on a tab of sorts?
Not quite. That implies that it would be paid back. No. This is free. Your contributions to the library have earned you passage for the basic amenities at very least.
Well,
Of course, if you want to donate to help a girl out, just
Uh-huh. They say, nodding their head.
well, I mean, I won't look a gift of hospitality down, so I by all means will take a mug and we'll slide over. What would be an equivalently nice tip in this setting? Like what, 3 gold?
nah. For a tip, a silver.
Okay, we'll hand over a silver for your kindness.
Thank you. After you've had an experience with this coffee, we have many ways that you can augment it. For example, and she looks on over to you, Neffy. Can I get you anything? Neffy?
Riv.
Uh-oh.
Sorry, my partner was talking.
The barista looks on over. Can I get you anything?
I'd like something a little sweeter.
Ah. You must have the same sweet tooth little one does. Hold on. And she'll reach under and she'll pull out what appears to be a pitcher full of cream and a cookie jar filled to the brim with sugar. These are designed to make the bitterness of the brew less potent. And she'll start spooning out small amounts of sugar and putting cream in as well. Say what?
Nephew will let it get fairly sweet and almost like light enough to be the color of caramel. Just about there, I think. That almost looks like the color my mom would make her tea.
Must bring up fond memories for you.
Absolutely. And she'll take the cup and take a small sip, not wanting to. Well, I mean, she's a tiefling. I don't really think she can burn her tongue. That's actually a question now.
Perhaps this is a question for another day. But the coffee is above game, we would probably know it as kind of like not so great coffee, but it tastes wonderful to everyone because you've never had something like this before.
It's the equivalent of gas station coffee.
Like a step up from gas station coffee.
Hey,
It's-
you know what? No, there's a couple of gas stations that start having espresso machines and shit. So,
No, I got you. It's like walking in and having a Wawa coffee for the first time.
I was gonna say Wawa, Pilot, or Fine Day.
Jeez.
7-Eleven, but very specifically in Japan.
7-Eleven, but first thing in the morning when the coffee is actually hot and not sitting there for 3 hours.
Thalros, Gel, do you partake in the coffee at all?
That's a good question, Mega Man. Not really coffee, but is there like anything like a tea or something that they offer?
They do. They have, again, above game, they have traditional oolong in green.
Traditional, why not?
All right. Dalros?
Laros puts a small bucket onto the bar, and he gives the biggest, doofiest smile.
I'm afraid if you're asking for that much, you might want to specify what you want first. Some I can accommodate, not as much for others.
I mostly drink just water. So if whatever you want put in the bucket, I'm happy. I don't need much.
Let's start with water then. And as she takes the bucket, with a little bit of a weird look, and starts to fill it up. What is everyone's passive perception?
12.
Ayo, 12 squad.
16.
Joe? Uh-oh. We can wait a second, I think. I'm taking the opportunity to check in on the on chat while we wait for Gel to get back.
Yeah.
And
No, chat's been going
Chief-
back and forth right now.
I love the conversation we're having about pizza rolls right now.
Look,
Tief-
I'm just saying, if tieflings can eat everything just straight out of the oven, just imagine just getting to pop pizza rolls in your mouth like it's no one's business.
Fire resistant
our
is not
fucking-
fire immunity.
So then maybe it still feels really hot, but like their taste buds aren't burned.
So I was actually thinking about this. If you are resistant to fire, you can probably eat things right out of the oven. However, as a counterpoint, dwarves can eat the spiciest shit on the planet. Because spice is technically a poison. So because they have resistance to it, they can tolerate heat better.
Wait, what do you mean spice is a poison?
Like, because it's caustic. Like, you can't get capsaicin in your eye.
Plants literally develop capsaicin as a poisonous defense mechanism. Same with menthol and mint and things like that. They were all developed as a countermeasure to defend itself against like insects and the like. But then humans found it and said, hee hee hoo hoo, this make my mouth feel funny. I'ma eat it.
I feel seen.
Caffeine as well. Caffeine is a toxic poison.
Oh, I can't. Yeah, my caffeine addiction is It doesn't do anything to me anymore. I'm too ADHD for my brain for it to do anything. It's just it makes it quiet.
So as long as you're resistant to poison, got it.
There you are.
Yeah, I'm gonna fucking murder somebody.
Then how about we go ahead and I have one little more scene before a good time for before wrapping up, or like bio breaking, I should say.
Sounds good.
So as Jel, what is your passive perception?
16.
Okay. So, Jel and Thalros, as you are enjoying your drinks, waiting on Owain to get back, you start hearing lumbering coming from a staircase next to you. And this staircase is predominantly human sized. You know, it's designed for maybe a 9-foot tall person at most. But much like that one gif of the guy just walking out of the door and being huge, you see a giant foot come through the door frame, followed by another foot fitting comfortably, as walking up and sitting down at the bar and reaching for a drink, specifically the one that was being put on the table, is a massive ogre. Currently dressed in an ill-fitting cravat and a pair of nice pants to cover what is a bulbous belly. Not very well, but he's trying his best. He sits down and he says, "Is my drink ready?" Yep, just putting the sugar in now, big guy. And the barista starts shoveling sugar into the big gulp, and just like, "Thank you." And he picks it up very daintily and starts taking a sip. "Oh, hello." Kind of looks on over to the rest of your group.
So, mostly just for flavor, Jill doesn't drink like by putting the cup to the mannequin's head or anything. No, like the mannequin's finger is just kind of like sitting there in the cup, and the cup itself, it just seems to be it's the tea just seems to be going in there, and they're just kind of standing in awe of this of the ogre. Try not to make it offensive, but it's painfully obvious that they're just staring.
He kind of like puts his hand to his brows. "Please don't stare. You'll get self-conscious." Jel, give me an Arcana check.
All right, let me see if I can put my. 280.
Not bad. So you've met a couple of ogres on your travel. They are brutish, and love to just eat whatever they come across. This is very atypical for an ogre, and he goes to scratch his head. You notice around the top of his head, like right above his ears, is what appears to be a series of runes in sort of a band. With that 21, he is wearing a headband of intellect.
Jell just gonna continue staring, but kind of like although they don't have any visible eyes or anything, but the head kind of like will just shift towards where the band is, and the hair itself will form in like an exclamation point, like above the head, and be like, "Oh, I see. Interesting."
can I help you, person?
They're just looking and not really sure what to say. They're just kind of gobsmacked at this point. I mean, any insight would definitely say that they feel a little awkward.
Understood.
If Cam notices this awkwardness, they'll probably like pipe up. Oh, hi, friend. Sorry, it's just we are new here, so we're just kind of taking in everything that we see. But it seems you are quite fond of this coffee that they have here.
Oh, yes. I like the taste. It's a little bitter though, so I need a lot of sugar.
Ah, there's nothing wrong with a little sweetness. As a matter of fact, Ceegee, did the barkeep introduce a name, or would I be able to like gently wave at them to get their attention if I wanted to just add something?
The barkeep did not give any name, but you also did not ask.
This is fair. Pardon me, miss. Actually, is that okay? Would it be appropriate to refer to you as miss?
Yes, I go by she her. Ashala is the name.
Ashala, it is a pleasure. I'm Cam. I was going to ask, since little one here seems to enjoy sugar in their coffee, do you mind if I put a few spoonfuls in my own just to see what it does to the flavor?
Sure. It's a little sugar can be a nice way to introduce one to the flavor, and she'll put a few spoonfuls in.
Thank you kindly. And Cam will take a few sips. Does it taste less bitter, as I imagine it would above game?
Indeed, it does.
Oh, wow. What a change. I see why you like it with sugar, little one.
It's nice, isn't it?
That it
as,
is.
as he takes the drink and he slurps it, not because he you get the sense he's trying to be conscious, but it's hard to drink appropriately with tusks.
I wonder. Is looking around at the countertop for the bar, does it look like there's some sort of straw around? Or straw-like device?
Unfortunately, there is not. But as all of you begin to have a drink of coffee with this strangely intelligent ogre. Intelligent ogre. The door behind you open, and Owain steps in and, excuse me, I'm looking for Cam.
Oi, what? You found them! Waves. Like lifts up a hand gently and like waves just a couple fingers in the air.
We have a little bit of a situation with your request. If you would be so kind as to step out, and I can give you some more details on that. The rest of you may come if needed, if you wish. And with with Owain kind of drawing you away before he can really spend time with the ogre little one, I think this is appropriate time for us to take a bio break.
Especially since my ad break is about to start.
Funny how that works out.
I know, right?
Hmm. But yes, go stretch your water, drink your legs, get what's needed.
I am about to go consume so many legs. I shall return.
I'm gonna go consume legs too. By legs, I
BRB
mean I'm gonna
gonna
go make
shoot-
more tea.
BRB doing a
gonna
cannibalism.
shoot my fucking router. Seriously, the damn thing died on me twice within the last hour.
Let's turn the music off for now. When we get back in, we'll see what Owain has to say. Be right back, gamers.
I'm back. Alright, I'm gonna try this one more time. If it doesn't work, I'm just gonna say fucking stay on the phone for the whole night.
Oahu.
Hello, Bob.
Hello. I have a package of pepperoni and a double shot mocha espresso. I am not going to sleep tonight. I think
I heard package of pepperoni and a drink, and I was thinking of how one makes grog in the Secret of Monkey Island games.
Huh. You need a double shot mocha espresso to make grog?
No, it was so. Hold up, let me pull it out. So, according to Monkey Island,
Mm-hmm.
grog is a secret mixture which contains one or more of the following: kerosene, propane glycol, artificial sweeteners, sulfuric
funny.
acid,
What?
rum, acetone, red dye number 2, scum,
Acetone?
axle
Scum.
grease, battery
The
acid,
fuck?
and or pepperoni.
Is that for like flavor or something?
Don't ask me, it's a fucking LucasArts point and click adventure answer.
Just put turpentine, acetone, and benzene in there and drink it solid. Hope you're not attuned.
I am ready to go when everyone gets back.
Since the ads have passed, I can actually discuss this. Apparently, my feed has been going crazy during the session.
Uh-huh.
So, Wicked River 97, thank you for the follow. Zymosite, thank you for gifting a tier 1 sub to Toshu. Scrotor the Bulbarian 556, thank you for the follow. Hellbent Fry, thank you for the follow. Miss Tweetums, thank you for the follow.
Wait.
Wait.
Citra King, thank you for gifting a tier 1 sub to Miss Tweetums. Miss Tweetums, thank you for gifting a tier 1 sub to Citra King. Tart,
Exchange.
thank you for the raid of 2. Jonet, thank you for the raid of 4.
Jenny.
Good to see you, lads. We have had a lot of follows. We have had a lot of new people come in, to which I am exceedingly pleased and happy. Tell me, friends, what do you think of Candlekeep thus far? And Crocvar, thank you for getting a tier 1 sub to Wicked River 97.
Croc.
Thank you.
I love Crocvar.
Crocvar is that dude. Can we give some love to Crocvar?
Amazing dad. All hail the Prince of Chaos.
Praise be to the Great Gold One.
Praise be.
I am now on my second tea latte tonight.
I am on my 3rd can of double shot mocha espresso.
For a second, I thought you were going to say kerosene.
Yes,
No.
Ceegee, because that makes so much sense.
No.
You know, if Bob just came out and said no, it is actually kerosene, I wouldn't be surprised. In fact,
Yeah.
I would think that Grizzly would have turned him onto it.
For what it's worth, check out chat text for context, River.
I have returned, and I have
Welcome back.
curry.
Curry. Love it.
Oh, mother.
Never forget the
forgot I
wise
got
words
curry
of Grizzly
stew.
Adams. Seals are lock, block door block challenge. Ergo, fuck them doors. I'm looking at you,
Correct.
Citric. Fuck them doors.
He does tend to kick him down.
Since we are all back, how about we go ahead and get back to it?
Then I
Sounds
will
good to me.
mute my music and We can go back live.
Alrighty. So, as Owain comes and grabs you all from the House of Hearth, I'll just put this on for the background to match the tone a little bit. Actually, hold on. Nope. You know what? This'll work. Wayne grabs all of you, and he looks on over to you, Cam. My apologies. The avowed that is in charge of souls and spirits seems to have absconded. We're not exactly sure where he has gotten off to. If you want access to what you've been looking for, we could see about potentially locating him.
Well, that would be fine by me. Curious, though. You said the devout absconded? Does that happen often here?
No, it is actually almost impossible, almost completely unheard of. Not impossible, anyone can go. But Maltrius is he's a dedicated sort. If he has gotten lost somewhere, it might be a little tough to find him ordinarily. You so wish. Ordinarily, the Avowed would handle such matters, but if you are, inclined, you can join us in our search for him.
Actually, I wouldn't mind. I mean, going on a search and all gives an opportunity to find more queries.
All right. Then you go ahead and check out his last known location. I and several of the other scribes and avowed will see about locating some of his usual haunts. He was last spotted doing a reading of some sort in one of the Pillars of Perogony, one of the isolated yet vocal rooms, not one of the silenced ones.
Don't mind me, CG, just writing down things. So it's Matrius the Avowed?
Here, I'll put the name in.
Just
Thank
wanted
you.
to make sure. Appreciate you.
And I will apologize for myself. This is the work that Owain got for Cam was, you said, taken, or like something would happen?
So basically the person that would know where to look for those books, they cannot find. That person being Matrius.
Thank you. Sorry about that.
No worries. And I'm also going to just post this in here, the name of the bartender from earlier.
Bless. Also appreciate it. And Owain said that Matrius was last seen in one of the pillars one of the rooms in the pillars of pedagogy, but not one of the silent rooms.
Mm-hmm. The silent ones are much more expensive and higher up, and it's also not to everyone's taste to be in abject silence.
Right. Okay. All right. Well, let's see. So that was where he was last found. Is there anything else we should know about him? His appearance, perhaps, given, new?
He's human. A little bit on the shorter side, and known for having quite a impressive beard. He's gotten several compliments from dwarves before.
Noted. Impressive beard.
He seems to frequent one room in particular as of late. if you talk to the front counter, once you enter the pillars, they should be able to direct you there.
All right. And I guess what message should we bring him, as if we find him, he probably won't recognize us? Anything we should provide him to show him that his presence is requested or needed?
Simply say that Owain requests his presence beyond the emerald. That should be enough. He's a studious sort, and he knows of comers and goers and visitors to the library. He's smart enough. He'll put it together.
All right. Well, that works for me. I don't think I need anything else before I head over. Are you lot accompanying me?
May as well. Not really much anything else is going on.
The more the merrier.
What?
I will not grow tired of you. So, to explain, Valros, there is not a scribe, but a scholar here who has seemed to disappear, somewhere on the grounds, and would be able to help with one of the books that I brought. And Owain here would like to know if we are comfortable with going to find said scholar. I don't mind. Seems like the others are interested in going as well.
Yeah.
Would you like to accompany me? Valrune, Give me a moment. That's not in character, that's me! Valrune the Luminous Watchers, of course, welcome.
He looks at the bird for just a moment, and the bird looks back at him, and after just a moment, he pops a mushroom into his mouth that you didn't see him that he had before. Yeah.
Oh. Where did you get... never mind. All right, then. Well, I'm happy to have you both.
Yeah.
Lead the way, Owain.
The tiefling nods, and I assume Neffy will accompany.
Yeah.
As your curious nature kind of gets you the better of you, and you follow along with the rest of the group. We can go to the map, I think.
Yeah.
Hopefully this all turned out okay. Can you see yourselves in the left side here?
Yes.
Yes.
Excellent.
Yes. It took a minute to find it.
All right. So, as you all enter into this small study, you are greeted with what appears to be a large book opened on a table, a couch in the corner, 3 seats surrounding the book, and wall-to-wall smaller books left closed on their shelves. There appears to be a small table next to the sofa.
So there's like a front counter of sorts, or like a bell to ring there, I guess.
For brevity's sake, and the sake of time, you all talked with the front counter, who directed you to this specific room as the one that Matrius tends to frequent the most.
Gotcha. Okay.
Okay.
Sorry.
I guess Joe would try to look. Let's try and see if there's like a journal or something to like signify where Matrius would have went.
Sure. Give me a general perception or investigation of your choice. This goes for everyone.
Perception's better.
Perception or investigation? Come on, let me roll above a 10, please.
17.
17.
12.
Why does Roll20 keep giving me this pop-up? It's like click and drag to roll the dice.
Oh, you gotta click to automatically roll the dice in the dice options.
Oh. Back a 4. Roll20 doth not like today.
Yeah, Roll20 has it out for you today.
Giveth and taketh away.
For those in
Right.
chat wondering, I have not rolled above, I believe, a 10.
So, Cam, you wouldn't even know where to start. This looks like a bomb went off in, some like nerd's closet. There's just notes and books, and you can't make heads or tails of it, which is weird because there's nothing actually like scattered about. Just kind of like head swirling with all the knowledge around. Neffy, you look around and you notice that what is it? It looks like a gravy boat. It's not a gravy boat, but it's like a container that has a pouring of the coffee that you actually just had sitting on the table over here. As you go to kind of look at it, the coffee is not cold to the touch, but it's definitely cooling. Gel, Thalros. The books on the shelves seem to be left alone. Like, dust has been gathered around them for some time. Rather, the only thing that seems to have had anything dealt with is the large book on the table.
Anything in particular written on it?
You'll have to look further.
So, in order to look further, Joe would kind of like move the sunglasses off of like where the face is, and just start like expanding the gelatinous body closer and closer towards the book itself, as if trying to perceive closer.
As you get closer to the book, you start flipping through the pages, making note of where the book was left open. And you eventually come to the cover of the book, which maintains a imposing figure of a bald man with a pointed beard and mustache combo.
I like him. He's funny looking.
The title of the book is proudly written on the binder as you close it. The Joy of Extradimensional Spaces.
That's a silly name.
Weird. Kind of will just like raise their hand and just kind of like bring Neffy and Cam closer towards the tome.
Well, what do we have where?
Just like points.
Also, real quick, Cam, Neffy, you are able to move your tokens, yes? Okay.
Yes.
Yes, I am.
Yeah. Joe will just kind of like point towards the book itself, I don't know. This is a very curious title. Perhaps something about this will help us with where this person is.
Hmm. Yeah, it was hard for me to really make much of anything in here. It looks like someone was here and I guess kind of just walked out, but the receptionist downstairs didn't say anything about someone leaving, so huh.
The coffee is. It's not hot, but it's still cool. Someone was here not too long ago.
Would there be a way for me to see if there was anything else here that shows that, like, someone had been here by the description we got? Like, anything rustled at all?
Not really.
Huh.
Tharos
if this is
flumps
the-
down into the seat. Is it still warm?
It is not still warm. However, it is still. How do I put this? You know when you leave like you've been sitting in something for too long, you kind of leave a little bit of an indentation.
Leave that ass print.
Yeah, you detect the faintest bit of an ass print.
Yeah, he been here. I can still feel him in the chair. And that there book, one of the only things that been touched around here. Look at all the dust everywhere. What does he like? Why does he want the book with this here funny man? Ceegee,
Yes.
can I vibe check the book?
Roll me an Arcana.
Okay. I will also roll this just for the hell of it.
Yeah.
I got a 12 on the vibe check and a 6 on the Arcana.
Oh my god.
As you kind of go over the book, you notice the only thing that you can really pick up is the book has what's normally traditionally written, and then there are two different sets of like annotations to it.
Hey,
So-
looky. It's rotten inside of the part where there ain't supposed to be no rotten.
Oh, like footnotes.
Yeah.
What do those notes say?
Arcana.
May I as well?
Can I assist?
Yes, at this point you may all either assist or roll Arcana.
I'll roll Arcana.
4! I don't know shit!
9. Apparently, I don't know shit either.
Why?
Why was it so violent?
Roll 20 is out for blood tonight.
Yeah. It really wants you to put Cam in the forever box and nail it shut.
Actually, you know what? No, I see this as it's okay. Tharos gets to be the smart gem amongst us, and no one's expecting it.
I would say that, except, however, with the 21,
Yeah.
Gel. As you begin to make heads or tails around these notes, you notice that the first bit of handwriting is different from the second. The first one seems to be annotations on the book itself, like analysis on the workings and personal notes for the individual. The second, however, this ink is exceptionally faded and dried at this point. The second set of notes is much fresher. and seems to be, in fact, analyzing the annotations. As you continue to go through the book, with that beating the DC of 13, you begin to kind of get a pickup on what's being discussed. Multiple reference to the name Fistandia are included. And it seems that this Fistandia character is the owner of the first dried set of annotations, but these, as determined by the second set of annotations, that seem to be marking on trying to figure something out and mentioning of code words. And as you continue to read through, as you flip through the pages, the second set get more and more excited until you reach one page, and it seems like the discussion of Fistandia are as follows. Attempts to recreate and permanently stabilize the extra-dimensional frequency a success. The house has been made, just need a key to lock and unlock it. And as you continue, there is but one word written underneath.
Sorry, I'm just trying to compile all of this down.
Understood. I'll wait.
What was the, what's the keyword?
Check the DM.
Oh, shit, my bad.
A heads up for the future, by the way. I am the DM who likes giving DMs on Discord, so keep an eye out.
Sorry, it was just on, my notes were on the same screen as Discord was. They just kind of, like, look, like, intently, and, like, as their gelatinous body kind of goes back into the mannequin, they just kind of say, scepter?
As you say the words, a shining doorway almost directly behind Thalros appears. It's about 6 feet tall, reaches about the middle of the room, a couple feet wide, and it is shining this bright purple as what appears to be some sort of doorway manifests.
Fascinating.
Hey, Ceegee, there, buddy. You need
Hi. Hey.
help? Do I see this thing pop up out of my peripheral?
It is directly behind you. So, unfortunately, no. But all of your companions are currently looking
Fair.
in, like, wonder and amazement at that thing right behind you.
He puffs up his chest just a little bit, wiggles himself in his seat. He feels super important, completely unaware that this thing is directly behind him, with Varloon, the Luminous Watcher, sitting on his shoulder. He seems so proud of himself. He doesn't understand why.
Jill will look back towards Athalros and just kind of do a turnaround motion with their hand.
What'd you do? What's that do?
You might need to turn around there.
You turn around, and there is a vibrant doorway right behind you.
Tharos proceeds to stand up, turn, look at it. And he walks in.
Okay.
Follows.
Do we not check things first?
That I had considered it, but, well...
Our cards are kind of being played without us, I guess. I think that's the phrase, right? It just like walks on in.
Cam is gonna bring up the rear, but before walking in, is going to pick up the spectacles that were on the desk. Does it look like there was anything else on that desk that might have belonged to a person?
There's a rather illustrious quill left out.
Going to pick up the spectacles, pick up the quill and try to, like, wrap it in something to protect it a little bit. Being mindful of the ink. Well, you might need this later. And, like, puts them on their person and will go towards the door.
That's 3.
Neffy's gonna look around hesitantly. Well, I guess every adventure is a new one. And she's gonna walk towards the door.
Okay, then. You'll pardon me for one moment. Put you here. Walking through the doorway, you are engulfed in a flash of purple light as when you open your eyes again, you find yourself in this not lavish but rich interior, carpet underneath your feet, decals across the walls, lit lights and oil lamps, various paintings alongside. And as you approach and your eyesight returns, you see an older gentleman currently looking as you approach. Thank heavens! I don't know who you are, but I've been trying to get back outside for the past half hour.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi, friend. You wouldn't happen to be Matrius, would you?
Well, actually, that is who I am. Person? Who do I have the pleasure of, thanking for my rescue?
My name's Cam, but, given that we are now in here with you, I don't know if rescue would be the right word.
Oh,
We
nonsense. Sorry?
We came to relay a message. Owain is seeking your attention.
Oh, the boy needs me for something, eh?
Yes, he was, I think he wanted to confer with you regarding a book that I brought to, for the repository here. And he couldn't find you. And asked if we could search here for you ourselves. We succeeded. But we're clearly in the same boat as you. You wouldn't happen to know how to get out of here, would you?
If I had, I would have gotten out already. As you watch, as a couple of cats just kind of prowl between your legs. Meow.
Wait,
Neffy's gonna
wait,
bend down
just-
and pet the cat.
Yeah, same.
Cam is gonna hand Matreus his spectacles and his quill.
As roll me an handling for the two who are going after the cats.
Pet kitty. 8.
6.
I'm gonna go ahead and give you advantage for reasons that you might understand later.
For Neffy?
For the both of you.
Oh, sweet.
10.
15.
As you go to grab the kitties, they seem to be surprised initially. And they are also initially like, what's going on here? But you do start petting them. Neffy, it's been a while since you've, pet the kitty. So you're not the most... You occasionally go against the fur, but the kitties seem to be perfectly fine in your hands despite it. And Jel, you are used to dealing with animals. It's no wonder as you get the kitty to purr. As Matreus takes the spectacles back. Oh, excellent. I did leave those outside. I admittedly was fascinated by everything that was going on, and I was taking notes on this place. We have ourselves what appears to be a magnificent mansion spell. One that Fistandia created oh so many years ago.
I mean, it's alright.
It's more than alright. It is extra-dimensional space hidden on this very campus. Oh, everyone would love to know about it back at Candlekeep.
Puts their, fist in their palm. Oh, Joy of Extradimensional Spaces. I see now.
Yes, the book was quite an interesting discovery. I happened upon the outline of the portal by accident. I was just looking for a room to read in, but once I figured out what it was, I sought the Joy of Extradimensional Spaces to potentially give me some clue about where to go with it. I've been researching it for the past month or so. Finally made my way in.
So, mostly because of trauma, can I, inside him real quick just to see if this is on the up and up?
Sure, go for it. What are you looking for exactly?
Mostly just to see if he's if he's being honest that this is the guy that not this guy we're looking for, that he is, but I guess that he is telling the truth. Mostly, I don't have a lot of reason to disbelieve him, but just kind of covering our asses just in case.
Understandable. With the 22.
Yeah, 22.
If Thalros wants to roll a vibe check, no,
I mean, I can if you're asking for one.
no, but he's got the air about him of he got a whiff of something interesting, like a project that he has been working on has come to fruition, and he is exploring the full depth of that. Also, I see Thalros, you are currently walking around.
He's just wandering. He's letting the grown-ups talk.
Understandable. But unless anyone wants to stop him, he will continue.
He will continue talking?
Yes.
Got you, sorry.
I've been looking around for items to bring back as proof of concept for the rest of Candlekeep. An idea that what I'm saying is true. And he pulls out a couple statues. These should probably do quite well, I think. This will probably take a good amount of time, but you said you needed me, so I think it'd probably be best to knock that out first and journey to this afterwards. If you don't mind indulging me, an old man, a little bit.
Why we don't mind, I mean, I guess the more important question is, should we also start looking for a way out as we explore?
Oh, heavens, no. He points back, and you see that the door that you have walked through is still alight. See, it's a problem. It was a problem for me because the door was shut. But thanks to you all, you've left the door open, and we can simply walk back out. He begins to make his way outside,
Huh.
and he takes the lead. And as you begin to make your way out, Matrius gets to the other side, and you hear, "Wait, what? No!" And the door suddenly slams shut. You begin
Well
to hear,
then.
as the door closes, you began to hear frantic screaming and rumbling, and then everything was sealed off.
Huh. You know, I honestly should have seen that coming. But, we technically did what was asked.
Job well done.
What are the chances that he'll figure out how to open it the way we did?
Seeing as that he's a scholar and, well, they just kind of like gesture towards themselves. I'm not much of one. The odds are very good, but still doubtful.
What's all that yelling about?
Matrius left, and we didn't. Sort of.
Or rather,
Okay.
I think our friend locked us in by accident.
I hope it
which-
was just an accident.
I think we can officially change the music too, now that you are aware of the current situation that you are in.
I don't know. He doesn't seem like the type to just leave people. At least not from my examination of him.
And if he's to be trusted, it seems like he was stuck in here prior to us arriving. So I guess it makes sense. Won't do us any good, I guess, hanging around by the door, though.
It's like, is yelling part of closing the door?
In a way.
I think he was surprised.
So like, if we yell at these doors, are they gonna like open and close?
That would be something, wouldn't it?
That's not exactly my wheelhouse, but I mean, given that, what was it? What was that word you said earlier that made this, the door we entered in, open?
Scepter.
Does anything happen when that's said?
As you mutter the word scepter once more, nothing happens.
Ah, so it's a one-way entry, maybe. Alright then. Well,
The only way we
Okay.
can go is forward.
forward or left or right. Well, if we come upon any doors, if you guys don't mind, let me take a little look at them first before we actually touch them. Just, you know, to be on the safe side.
Thumbs up.
Oi, you!
Where is
Open.
here? I can't see him.
His
He's
voice
just-
is coming from. It sounds like his voice is coming from down the hall to your right, and he's just sitting there yelling at a door.
Oh, he already got over the. Oh dear. Oh.
Open up. They says you gotta yell at the doors to get the doors open. So open up.
Cats, with the amount of shouting, the cats jump out. Their rest disturbed, and they slink off in the opposite direction.
No!
Jill
I
just
was-
wait. Sorry for interrupting, but Jill just waves at him as they leave.
I was gonna ask if the cats seemed comfortable in this area, like at home, so to speak, as opposed to Matrius.
Matrius definitely seemed out of place. The cats, hard to get a read, but they do seem that they've been disturbed now.
Oh, sorry guys. Maybe I'll make it up to you later. But now.
Ceegee?
Yes.
I vibe checked the door.
Okay. So vibe check.
I was told to yell at the door. I'm yelling at the door. The door isn't opening. Does the
Have we
door have
gone to-
bad vibes?
The door contains a neutral amount of vibes.
Ahsoka.
What'd
I
you
thought
find
the stairs
over
was
here,
good.
Tharos?
He turns and looks. What?
What'd you find over here? Just the door?
It's what? It's a door. Eyes halfway closed, smile on the face, like, hey, it's a door.
Mind if I squeeze in next to you to look at it?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like, it's not a bad door.
It in fact is a oaken wooden door. It has a ring for a handle rather than a knob, and seems like it could be pulled free with little effort.
I would like to, check for traps, I think I've been told to do.
Never a bad thing.
May I
Right.
assist?
Absolutely. If you would like to roll in me an investigation with advantage.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
Roll 20
so
just does not like you.
Damn! Did I hurt you in a past life, roll 20? I'm sorry.
It's a door? It's a door.
You attempt to look for traps based around the lock. However, it is a ring door and does not have a lock.
Oh lord. Alright. Well, cursory glance, it doesn't look like we're in for anything bad. Anyone else want to take a look before we open it?
Lost that nephew.
Neffy.
I mean, Neffy, you ain't gonna get much out of Neffy either.
Well, guess we're going in, folks. Anyone opposed to opening the door?
I mean, I can do it.
Oh no, I just meant are we all okay with opening it?
If you open that
Yeah.
door, Tharos is walking in.
Opens the door.
Tharos walks in. I like
enter
this
in-
place.
You enter what appears to be a greenhouse of sorts. There are a couple of floating orbs providing light into this room for you to see. Many different plants strewn about, as well as a open view into the outside, which is a purple miasmic void. It glitters whenever you look at it for more than a few seconds and is beautiful in its own way. But you still get the sense that you probably shouldn't be out in it.
Silly question.
Mhm.
What kind of like? I guess, I'm asking like, do the plants themselves look to be like very like well taken care of and all that other stuff?
Nature.
Anybody or just Joe?
Let's start with Gel.
15.
Uh, you can tell that they do, in fact, seem to be well taken care of. Something is, tending these plants. I'm not sure what. Or maybe it's whatever that light is. Not entirely sure.
Jill will just kind of look up at the lights, look up at the plants, and kind of whisper in Druidic, "Oh, someone loves you."
Plants seem to shake and shimmer as a faux wind seems to rustle their leaves.
But yeah, that's all I got.
Okay. What's everyone else up to?
Tharos is just wandering through the greenhouse, looking at the plants, looking around, just vibing. He doesn't feel the need to vibe check the plants. He's confident in his feelings of nature to kind of get an idea of what's going on.
Okay.
Ham's looking around for peculiarities, so to speak, but also for if there might have been other people here prior to us.
Okay. Go ahead and roll. We'll say perception on this one, I think.
Okay. 16!
Boom!
That's pretty good. As you begin to move around, keeping an eye out, you hear small giggling. And as you do, I would like you to make me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, fuck
Hmm.
me.
Huh?
Oh boy. Nope, an 8.
Okay. As you kind of keep an eye out, you are the only one who was able to spot this, but the moment that you lock eyes with this creature, you are bombarded with an overwhelming of the senses. Let me read how this works. I have to roll something.
Dear God, it's allergies in D&D form.
As you are hit with this strange overwhelmingness, you cough a little bit and you feel like hold to your head and you accidentally like bump into the wall, and as you do, all of you can hear giggling coming from in this room. As for what you are currently experiencing, you are unable to move, and as everyone else is looking around, I would like you to make me another wisdom saving throw.
this doesn't count as like a this isn't a D20 test, right?
It's a wisdom saving throw.
Got you. Okay. A 9!
Okay.
Man, you were just not lucky.
Roll 20 said, I'll let you see it. That doesn't mean I'll let you live.
In fact, seeing it is worse.
At this point, Cam, you begin to move kind of erratically, and as you do, you move this way and you trip into the bushes. And you hear everyone hears this.
Can I make
Cam
a
is not looking
perception?
hot.
You were saying, River?
Can Nephi make a perception check or something to see if she can pinpoint where the sound is coming from?
Sure. Go ahead and roll me a
May
perception.
may I roll Arcana just to see like what's going on with
15.
Cam?
I'll allow an Arcana to check on what's going on with Cam. Your perception of a 15, you are able to determine something is in this room with you. And you feel like with the giggling that is happening, you feel something coming from right here.
24.
The 24. So, with the Arcana check that you rolled, that's a pretty high one. What happened to Cam seems to be affecting their senses, but it doesn't seem to be malicious or damaging in any way. If anything, it seems like Cam is being made a fool of.
With the combination of the giggling plus the supposed erratic, well, erratic from the fucking 30 minutes at this point that we've known each other in game. Joe just kind of like does that like fist to palm thing again. Ah, I see we have a trickster amongst us, or shall I say in this room?
Yeah? Yeah. Hey, boy, what you doing down there? Come on. Can I touch you? I got to pick you up.
Am I able to speak despite not being able to move?
You can speak just fine, but your eyesight is a little askewed at the moment, and I need you to make me another wisdom save.
Okay. 12.
You got above a 10.
Stumbling into the foliage, you pick yourself up, kind of brush yourself off, and the effect seems to wear away as your senses come back to normal.
You alright?
Oh. Honestly, I have no idea, mate, but I'd like to not do that again.
Yeah?
Something in here is messing with, like, everything. I couldn't see. I couldn't really move.
We have deduced that it might be some form of trickster or something in the room.
Yeah, like I caught a glimpse of it and then it's kind of like lights out briefly. Just overwhelmed. Did anyone else see it? Like, you guys are hearing the giggles, right?
Nephi would point over towards that last flower bed. I can tell it's coming from over there. I heard the laughing, but I haven't seen it.
Nuh-uh!
Hmm?
No, you didn't.
The tree says we didn't.
Well,
Trees
Drake,
typically don't talk. Like they say, like in all seriousness.
Well, Tree,
They don't talk to you.
Fair.
Hey, Thalros,
Yeah.
roll me a wisdom saving throw.
Okie doke. That's a 9.
You are flashbanged in a similar way, and as a result, you take a moment to gather your senses, and you are forced to stay in the same place. Is there the voice seems to go, "Told you we weren't there."
But we can hear you.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah, huh?
Nuh-uh.
you know it's not nice to play games without letting your other players in.
How do I respond to this one? The voice goes, okay. Hey, do you mind if we, hey, do you want to play a game? Another voice says, yeah, I'm down with playing a game. There, I let him in.
Seems to be one-sided. Admittedly.
Roll me another perception check, all of you, as you're having this conversation with the void, apparently.
Fight.
That'd be if you're outside.
18.
13.
14.
My dice rolls are so violent.
Fucking just shoot him with like Beyblades or something.
Thalros, give me a wisdom save.
Okay. 11.
You too managed to shake off whatever funk you're in. You did not get a good pinpoint of everything, but you did kind of like spin around in place for a little bit, and whatever the voices were seemed to find it amusing. As for the perception rolls, Neffy, Cam, you feel like you could really get a beat on this. Gel, however, let me take a look at your sheets. I want to check on something.
Me?
Yes, I want to double check something. Okay. I'm checking specifically on something you might get from your race. Nope.
Okay.
You're fine. So, as with your perception, the voices seem to be coming from all around you, in that they are coming from here and here.
Could I like? I'm just gonna like kind of stand in between both these flower beds, and can I just go like reach my hand, like the hand down in there, and just kind of like try and see if I can find anything rustling or like anything that's moving?
Sure. How about this? If you would like to locate whatever is going on here, why don't you go ahead and roll me an attack roll, and we'll see if it beats their AC. And if you succeed, you get a grapple.
All right, so just like a normal strength roll then.
An attack of some sort or a strength check, your choice. Whatever is higher.
Technically, a dagger would work, but I don't want to use a weapon for this.
The important thing is the roll here. So
Yeah.
if you roll a dagger, then I'm just assuming you're reaching in and grabbing.
Okay. Appreciate you. 19.
All right.
Hey, roll 20. Where's these rolls on Sundays, man?
Do you want the so you reach in and you grab at one of them? Do you want the north or the south?
Let's take the north.
Okay. I need to check something. Oh, no, wait, that's wrong. Nope. You do feel, as you go to grab, you latch onto something solid. A tiny shape with wings, and that's about as far as you can tell based on touch. As you hear, "Ah! Let me go! It's not fair!
Tag, you're it.
I haven't been in it in a long time. I don't remember how to be in."
Just kind of. Can I kind of pull him up and just kind of present whatever Joe grabbed to the rest of the group?
You do, as pulling up from the underbrush, and now that you basically have it by the grip, dropping its invisibility, you find a fairy dragon.
Oh, little guy!
The fairy dragon in your clutches is despite the image, a rather robust orange color. And it's kind of like, it's flailing to try and get out, but not violently. It seems more uncomfortable in your grip than actually feeling endangered.
Can I this is gonna sound weird, but can I scratch its head or something like that just to see that I'm trustworthy?
Sure. This is not an animal handling. This is a very
Yeah, it's
conscious
very
creature.
specific.
Roll me. Let me just see a flat charisma.
Okay. That's about right. Yeah, that's a natural one for a two.
Well, you're currently you are grabbing it, and it begins to struggle more violently as you notice. You are not, Jill. You are not familiar with handling these creatures very well, which would
Nope.
probably explain why it's starting to thrash more rapidly. Actually, Neffy is nearby. Neffy,
Yes.
you've noticed that Jill currently is a hold of this fairy dragon by the throat, and doesn't seem to acknowledge that they do.
No, you need to be more careful.
Oh, my apologies. Just kind of ease up on. I try to ease up on the grip.
It attempts to struggle to break the grip as it's released. Go ahead and roll me an athletics check.
Okay, this is going to be very funny. That's a 7.
That's a 5. It tries to break
Oh,
out.
he got a 5.
Yeah.
I was like, clearly, never mind.
It tries to break out, but due to the strange physiology that you have, doesn't really know how to or find a purchase. It is at this point that behind you, Gel, another one pops out and begins to nibble on you. Yeah,
Oh.
let him go. Let him go.
Oh, apologies that this was the game. I just let him go.
The two of them fly up into a corner together and just kind of look down at everyone. Mees. Just want to have fun.
Well, apologies. I was unsure about what the rules of the game was.
The game was, you come in, we hit you with the gas, and then you try not to look stupid. And then, if you win if we don't laugh.
Seems a bit one-sided, don't you think?
Yeah.
The words right out of my mouth.
They just look like determined. It's like, yes.
Ceegee, did the timbre of their voice lend anything to Cam, given their race? Like, anything at all?
I'm not sure what you're looking for here.
So, like, if she wanted to be snarky and say something to them in a different language, would they get the impression that they'd understand?
Don't know. Depending on what language you use, you have no way of knowing.
Alrighty. As a test, then, in Elvish, she's going to say, well, that's not a nice way to treat friends and possible brethren, is it?
They look at you, and they just kind of like put their tongue out. You get the sense that they didn't know exactly what you said.
Okay.
I'll play.
Ooh, you want to play?
Yeah. I like
Wisdom
play.
saving throw.
Awesome. 19.
So they hit you with the breath. You are unaffected by it. What you do
Blast
with
him
this-
square in the face, and he just remains there with that big, goofy smile.
What you want to do with this information, you can, but the dragons are looking expectantly at you.
Does this mean they don't laugh?
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
As what?
I would like to do a performance to try to play along with their game.
Roll me a performance.
10.
Let's see. What's your insight? That's a 7. They fail. Nice to see the IRL dyer cheating my guys as bad as the as Roll20 is treating you. So as you walk around and pretend to bump into things, they begin to giggle amongst each other. So funny.
They
As
giggle.
you-
He giggles. Want to see a trick? Ooh, my turn. I'ma do a trick.
So, as you're about to do your trick, they go, "Nuh-uh, it's still our turn," and then you go ahead with your trick.
I cast Fairy Fire.
Ooh.
Get seen.
Literally.
Basically, everybody in this room has to make a DC 14 dex save, including myself.
Oh man, that's gonna be fucking funny with my dexterity. Hang on.
These guys have advantage.
I know I'm not supposed to say this.
Oh my
but I would
god.
be
Let's go,
real
River!
mad if this doesn't work. Oh, that
Oh, okay.
I just put a
That
point
that
out.
one made me nervous, dude.
This is the second time.
Efficient in this.
I mean, you did pretty well. So I want to point out that this is the second time that we got Joe with a nat 20, River with a nat 20, and then Bob with an abysmal roll and a nat 20 on the other side.
Fucking Exodia,
What's
Regalia, high
crazy
five.
is that they're the same number too, for the nat 20s.
Triple 21.
Oh fuck, you're right. Actually, hold up.
So, one succeeds. What's your DC?
14.
Okay. One succeeds, the other one fails. As this one gets lit up like a Christmas tree. We'll just put this on them.
So only Tharos and this one are just midnight at the rave party. And Tharos is just standing there with the biggest, dumbest smile on his face.
As you do, the two of them just go, ah! And the one that didn't get hit turns invisible. But the other one tries to, and goes,
I see
and it
you.
sticks its tongue out at you.
He sticks his tongue out right back. I see you.
Uh-huh. You see me? Yeah, you smart guy, you see me? Well, bleh! And it's going to cast Color Spray on you.
You think I'm black?
I need you to make me a con save.
Oh boy. 14.
That beats it. The colors roll off of your face, like you just looked at a Jackson Pollock painting, but from a distance instead of up front.
Neffy would like to use prestidigitation
You
to
got
get
it.
the rest of the color off of him.
I'm a dance as the color. So as the color spray hits me in the face, I'ma just vibe and dance as the colors, as I'm glowing different colors. There's colors all around me. It is just, it looks like a leprechaun threw up everywhere. But it is,
Oh.
he's just vibing.
You know,
I'm looking for a gift.
I still see you.
I'm unable to.
I win that round.
I'm honestly curious how the owl is handling this.
The owl could not, if you could absorb so much cringe that you just envelop into yourself like an imploding supernova, you kind of feel like that is what Varloon the Luminous Watcher is feeling right now.
Just that the toddlers are running around, parent is staring off, 20-yard stare. If I just let them do this, it'll be
1,000-yard
fine.
stare as drips of color are just running down its feathers. It flutters, floofs up a little bit.
Alright, you know what? I think I've had a right enough of this. I don't know about you guys, but if they want to play their game, they can play it by themselves. They can pick on each other.
Oh. It's time to go?
Afraid so.
Only if you guys want to. But I figure they can't. They won't want to play with each other. We leave, they have no one to pick on.
Wait, no, come back. It's been so long.
And
How
what
long
would-
exactly?
Actually, yeah, you go ahead with that. That's a great question.
what's the thing that's more than a month?
A year?
A year? We've been for. And you see the one that is currently the one that is currently looking at you, like counting on its claws, and it goes over about 2 or 3 times. It's like,
Per- Joe would provide fingers for them to count on.
once they get to 10, they start counting again, and they're like, no, it's more than that. Like 20. More? More than this. And it's like around 30, basically, is when they give up.
30 years. Interesting.
Worth noting, it was more than 30. You're not sure how much more.
Yeah, but as a baseline, that's pretty big.
That's a long time.
Is it just you two, then? In this room specifically, or throughout the entirety of this mansion?
It's not just us, but the other guys don't want to do anything. They're always like, hey, can I make you a taco? Or can I clean your nails? Fun.
That
Huh,
actually
yeah,
sounds very helpful and
others.
productive.
You want to go deal with those guys? They're big old jerks in the other room. No fun.
Maybe perhaps you'll be a little nicer to your next guests.
The face of the fairy dragon that is currently visible scrunches and just thinks about it. Just like, yeah. And at this point, fairy fire wears off. It only lasts a minute, I believe. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, 1 minute.
Fairy fire wears off and immediately blinks out of visibility.
Just exasperated sigh. Right. Yep. This is why they always said to not engage. Alright. Yep, I should have listened. Cam is slowly making their way towards the door before they get hit by something again, but they won't leave until everyone else is ready to go.
Neffy would also make her way towards the door, not wanting to overstay her welcome.
As
Joe... What? Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead, Joe. You're good.
I was gonna say, Joe's gonna wait on you.
Tharos leans over, plucking one of the mushrooms oh so gently from his bootstraps, as he uses druidcraft on it to allow it to grow just a little bit. As he also gently plants one of the mushrooms into one of the planter beds, as he gives a little bit of a smile. Take nothing, but always leave something behind. And
Why, it's first if I say so myself.
yeah, these plants are nice. Somebody cares about them, and they got a couple good guardians. Ain't nobody gonna mess with these plants.
Oh, for sure. Though, my master would probably say something along the lines of, I mean, they're ours anyway, why should we care? It's a little selfish, if you ask me.
Abby. Wonder what else is all around here. And he turns to look towards the rest of them. Boy! Thank you for playing.
Yeah. I imagine the lot of you exit.
Yeah.
Yes.
At this juncture, the 2 cats that were there have slunk off somewhere. You're not entirely sure where. but you do see a door to your immediate right before a staircase that went up.
Oh, guys, which door should we take? There's this one here, but there was also one shortly past the staircase, not too far from where we walked in.
I am curious. Are we looking for a way out when we explore the rooms, or are we just biding time?
At this point, I kind of think it's both.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm on that mindset as well. Looking for a way out, just to essentially, bide the time. We don't know how long it'll take for someone to let away know where we are, and even if they do, they have to find their way back in.
That is fair. I just wanted to make sure that we had our goals in line.
Also, Matrius did say this place hadn't been explored before. That the scholars weren't aware of it, so who knows? Might be worth our while to check it out anyway while we wait.
Sounds like a plan.
Cam will slowly progress forward, but always just kind of staying within realm of the group.
As you continue down the hallway, you approach the first door on your right.
Just like before, would like to investigate the door for the booby traps.
All right, go for it.
Yes, check for the boobies.
Button. How did I lose it all of a sudden? Am I blind? Oh, holy shit, I am. Okay, cool. A 14.
14? No traps. Not locked either. Seems to be a simple turn knob door.
Alright. This door seems safe enough. Do we want to go in this one, or do we want to check another?
May as well.
I'm down to explore.
Alright. And from, like, not standing directly in front of the door so that she could, like, get hit by something, but, like, opening the door while standing kind of off to the side, Cam will open the door.
I taste purple.
There's a lot of purple to taste, Valros. There's a lot of purple to taste.
Alright. Oh, that's not where I wanted. I'm
As
trying
you-
to, like, get slightly to the edge, my bad.
As you move in front of the doorway, you peek inside and you find a kitchen. And you see, sitting on the far end, just kind of like almost waiting for something, two little like gremlin-looking creatures with spindly little limbs and tiny little wings, and they look in as soon as you open the door and they go, "People!" Oh! They fly on over immediately. Can I take your shoes? No, let me take their coat. Do you need any food? Oh, we got plenty of biscuits and water. Biscuits and water, yeah. Wait, no, we've got more stuff in the pantry. Go get the stuff from the pantry. We'll make some dinner. You guys want dinner, right? Yes, you want dinner. Please let us make you dinner.
One at a time, guys. I am fine with my coat and all, but how about we introduce each other first, huh?
I'm
And
Coriander. Kuman went to get pantry. You want that bread now, or do you want that bread later? You want that bread now. And Kuman is going to start dicing up what appears to be bread on the table, and starts buttering it.
turns to the others. Well, we found the kitchen and excited hosts.
You look towards Joe, and they seem to be flashbanged by words.
Jill, are you alright?
That was a lot at once. I'm not particularly used to that much excitement at once, admittedly.
Neffy has been around imps quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
So immediately she would feel a sense of comfortability.
You wouldn't, actually. These do not appear to be imps. They do seem to act a little like imps, which is something that does evoke that sense of familiarity. But the infernal nature of imps that you are used to doesn't seem to draw here. I'd like you to make me an Arcana check.
Okay. 17.
Perfect. You know that you are currently in some sort of major spell to create this sort of place. And as you think about it, you try to think of, well, a wizard must have made this. So what could a wizard make that could make these things? And as the other one comes back carrying spices and apparently starting to cook and clean on the other end, you remember that wizards have occasionally been known to make homunculi. And with this revelation, and helpers that seem to be getting you for a nice meal in this strange, semi-abandoned manor, that is where we are going to end for tonight.
Woo!
Hooray!
Yay, first session!
Hooray!
Yay!
Hope you all enjoyed the first of 2 sessions with a Joy in Extradimensional Spaces.
Having a fabulous time. I want this library to be real. Give books.
The Book Fortress.
The book fortress with a book nook.
Yeah.
The bookest of nooks.
I wanted you guys to have a little bit more time to talk with Little One, but unfortunately, time was not very permitting. But I do believe at least a few of us need to get going, so let's start going around the horn. River, let's start with you.
Hi. You can find me over at twitch.tv/WickedRiver97, where I'm going to be making a comeback soon, once I find my spoons. Just getting settled back into a new job, so finding time for that. But I have to head out and take my pretty little bird to work. So thank you, Ceegee, for having me. Thank you,
Yeah,
Bob,
no
for
problem.
hosting. And I had a lot of fun and very excited for this.
Thank you for stopping
Absolutely.
by and joining. Have a good time.
Bye.
Bully the burb.
Bye.
Good night, guys.
Hey, pass the baton before you go. Pass the baton.
Joe, suffer your
Fuck.
fate.
Why do you gotta do this to me, man?
Because I love you, that's why.
Love you too. Go fuck with the bird.
Bet. Night.
Scrunkle. Hi, I'm Joe. I play Gel, the... I'm just gonna say it. It's kind of obvious. The slime. And, I actually don't get a chance to do this much. If you are not really D&D'd out, there's also War of the Shattered Sun on Farting Tart's Twitch channel, and also on YouTube. That's twitch.tv and youtube.com/fartingtart, where I play Corvinalikia, the Editrin Elven Bards. We are currently in some very tense negotiations, possibly into some aggressive negotiations with a former, well, current foe of ours. So please tune in Sundays, 7:30 Eastern Standard. Actually, no, it's 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Where is my mind? Oh, right, I am very fucking tense right now. Zai.
Hi everyone. You could find me here at twitch.tv/ZymeSite on Tuesdays and Fridays, playing Final Fantasy because I want to beat Penance and I apparently have a penchant for pain and want to beat all the Dark Aeons to do it. And on Fridays playing fighting games and beat 'em ups for Fistful of Friday, where I kind of just play whatever fighting game I feel like playing or beat 'em up, although as of late it's been TMNT Splintered Fate. Having a good time. It's a roguelike. Didn't expect that. When I'm not there, you can find me, of course, here next week on Bob's channel for part 2 of the Joy of Extradimensional Spaces with these lovely beans. And you can find me on every other Saturday, starting again on the 25th of January for Saved by the Spell over on Burnout Vaughn's channel, where I get to play Iapetus, one of 2 wizard sibs who just wants to graduate, but at this point will take the short goal of making it to sophomore year. And I play that over with Bob and Ceegee too. Speaking of which, Bobert!
You did not, the CG has not gone yet, I don't believe.
Oh, I thought
Nope.
our illustrious DM would go last. My bad.
It's usually good.
I mean,
admittedly,
typically-
I forget this one too, but it's usually best form to have streamer go last.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, well then, illustrious DM CG, you go.
Hi, I'm illustrious DMCG. You can find me nowhere because I don't much care for social media. You can also find me on 2 of those things, what the other 2 people mentioned. You can also find me on Rascals and Ravnica every other Tuesday. I believe we are on next Tuesday.
Yes.
Where we delve into a power struggle and we're caught in the middle. Yay!
Hey!
But that's more or less it for me. We pass it to Umbral performer Roberto.
Indeed. Greetings and salutations, friends, compatriots, and compeers. I am Shadowdancerbob. You can find me on Twitch, Twitter, Blue Sky, YouTube, so on and so forth. If it exists, I'm probably on Shadowdancerbob at it. Thursdays, next week, you can find us right here for the second part of Joy of Extradimensional Spaces. Fridays, whenever I eventually start streaming again with Kayeth, I'm going to be doing something, I don't know yet. Saturdays or Sundays, you may find me streaming The Maelstrom, which is my WWE 2K23 meets D&D wrestling show with over 70 different players, 4 different DMs, and 4 different locations. There's a lot of
I'm
stuff.
playing Monopoly.
Yeah.
Playing Monopoly with a god of chaos.
Yeah, you are. 3 gods fighting for the various domains. The Solidary domain has been taken. The domain of the Grave domain and the Death domain are currently up for grabs and currently being fought for. Who's gonna grab it? Is Team Chaos gonna make another power grab and grab another domain? Who's to say? But I know who we're gonna be raiding.
Fucking Team Chaos for life, baby.
We're going to be raiding none other than Mr. Edward Bosco.
Brascolio.
He seems to be playing GoldenEye. Oh, what a winner of
Oh,
a game.
what? Hold up. That fucking nerd's playing GoldenEye?
Yeah.
Yeah, he
Ooh,
is.
that takes me back. Oh,
Same,
Throwback
but-
Thursdays. That makes sense.
We'll go and tell him that double RCP 90s are the way.
Tell him to not pick. Tell him to not pick Oddjob because Oddjob's broken.
Correct.
Thank you for stopping by so much, friends. If you weren't here, you can catch the VOD, but I hope you all have a wonderful morning, noon, night, wherever it is, wherever you are. Bye.
Bye.
Later.